Happy weekend, my people. How on day waiting they happen waiting this up. Guys, we've got Regina Askia in the news today. But first, let's talk about ASAKE. Now, I stumbled on this report. It says ASAKE'S show in London cancelled following a chaotic scene that ensued after people tried to gain access to the venue without a ticket. The police, although they said the ticket is quite expensive, understandable. The police confirmed that 4 people are in critical condition following the incident. Many others were also injured following the stampede. Okay, I saw this report, even before that one, that says fans were shocked as ASAKE sold out Lagos Flight Time Festival concert despite price for tickets being outrageously high. Said because it's 70k that is too expensive, my people. And I keep seeing this coming. Oh, is it only ASAKE? What's even wrong with him? See, it's ASAKE's time. Allow him to do whatever he wants to do. It is time. Allow this guy enjoy his fame. Because the entertainment industry or the music industry in Nigeria is so unpredictable that somebody could pop up the next month. So I beg, we're gonna allow this guy enjoy in life, enjoy that fame, get all the bags he can get now.
I think they said outside is fucked up already, so they need to end the show. I don't know why. It is not
Okay, guys, let's move straight to the next one. This time is about Regina Askia. I keep mixing it up. Regina Askia, Regina Askia. Today is her birthday, actually, 16th, 1967. She's 55 years old. Happy birthday to Regina Askia. She's an ex-beauty queen and Nollywood actress, a veteran actress, by the way. She currently lives in America with her family and is now a nurse practitioner practicing in New York City. Now, something happened 3 months after she moved to USA. There was an attack launched by Osama bin Laden. Yes, now you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the 9/11 attack, she was actually in that building, but she escaped. She survived the attack. Now, about her marriage, because her fans really wants to know. Some of her fans actually wants to know what's going on with her. What's the update, about Regina Askia? First, about marriage. She was married to Rudy Williams, right? And they've got 2 kids together, a boy and a girl. Now, don't forget Regina Askia's first child, a daughter. Her name is Stephanie. She's from a previous relationship. I think she was born, according to reports, she was born in Gabon, around Africa, according to reports, and brought back to Nigeria, stayed 9 years in Nigeria before traveling outside of Nigeria. Regina Askia is separated now from the husband, Rudy Williams. I mean, she even shared a video in 2020, May 2020, shared a video with a child where they were discussing what happened in their relationship. That was actually a very vulnerable part of her life that she put out there. Even some fans are actually surprised that she confidently posted that on social media.
You were talking about your father.
How did you and Dad get divorced?
How did we get divorced?
Yeah.
A troll had said here that this is your second failed marriage. Woman, bring down your head in marriage.
So your father at that point, his head was not really in investing in our relationship. He wanted to be, wherever he wanted to be. And it was not something I signed up for. And we had a lot of fights and quarrels, issues, and, and some things you can't really forget and forgive. It would take a long time to be able to forget and forgive. And we kind of separated and went our different ways, I was in the house, he was tossed away. At a point, I said to myself, this is not the life I want. And so I left.
And guys, recall that Regina Askia was briefly married to a rich guy, Charles Oye, but she dumped the man for this American guy, Rudy Williams. Now, Charles remarried in 2014. The news was Regina Askia's ex remarried. Not even Charles's name. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, but guys, during her interview, right, because people really want to know, like, is it her fault? Like, what's really happened in her previous relationship or in a relationship with Rudy Williams? Now, during her interview 3 years ago, she said she was hot-headed.
How much aware were you of yourself then, those years? And if you were to say something to the Regina of 88 and 89, what would that be? If you were to give out an advice right now, what would that be?
I would say, Regina, please relax. You don't have to be so hot-headed, you know? I was hot-headed and sassy. Couldn't tell me nothing.
You were hot.
Not tell me nothing. I knew I was hot and I rubbed it in.
Yeah.
Could have been a little cooler, you know, a little softer in approach.
Yeah.
Because I was brutally, you know, honest. I said everything. But my mother told me, you could say your truth, but do it tactfully. There's something called tact, you know. Your truth does not have to wound, slash, and burn. No. If you go cutting people down because you're being brutally honest, nobody wants to, you know, have anything to do with you.
And the reason why they separated, according to Regina Askia, was because of the physical, mental, and verbal abuses.
Yeah, we fought a lot. Physically and verbally, emotionally even, we fought a lot. And he resorted to using his hands, but I cut him down with my mouth. Things didn't go well, and the children were in the middle. It wasn't a good family situation, so we separated.
So linking that interview with what she said about, you know, the reason why they broke up or separated, it's just seem like maybe both of them are just hot-headed. And when you have like two hot-headed people, you know, in a relationship, it hardly works because it might become toxic. Now, even in that interview, she actually called out Tonto DK, said Tonto DK needs to calm down. Like, you don't have to be, you know, hot-headed about that. Trying to let us know that she's been there.
You know, and I see so many of the young people, you know, today remind me of who I used to be in terms of being hot-headed. King Tonto, I'm talking to you. So
she's on the show too,
and she
right?
better listen.
I don't think the dad is in his children's life the way it should be.
yeah, because, you know, you're always complaining that he's not in your life enough. You guys always say, Mommy, he just comes, sees you, and then he leaves.
He does.
Does that bother you?
Well, all these other kids have really present fathers. Hey, their fathers picked them up from school. I wish my dad did that.
So, Regina Askia's son, while talking with her mom, said that there are some questions that he would have loved to ask his dad. And the mom asked him, okay, what could that be? And he said on how to pick up hot chicks.
What kind of questions would you like to ask him?
Gotta pick up hot chicks.
This boy, is that what I'm asking you to tell me? Don't you think it's disrespectful for you to sit in front of your mother and say you're going to ask your father how to pick up hot chicks?
No.
How is your father going to know how to pick up hot chicks? Don't you know I'm supposed to be the one and only hot chick in his life? Why should he even know? That means you know something I don't know. What's up?
You know, you had boyfriends when you weren't dating. I mean, when you weren't dating dad, yeah.
Okay, so for the same reasons, your daddy will not be able to give you tips on picking up hot chicks.
Why not?
That was a long time ago. He has forgotten. And the way it works...
I think you're just jealous that he can pick up hot chicks and you can't.
Okay. Hot chicks. I don't think your father can find any chick hotter than me.
I don't think I would want to line on it.
Hmm?
Okay.
Well, she also spoke about white privilege with her son. Now, the child said something, right, that also caught my attention. He said he doesn't like Africa. He doesn't want it. It's always like that. They always usually don't like Africa until they start being treated like trash. Before they start, you know, liking Africa. Before they, you know, start trying to reconnect.
No, if I get posted to Africa, I would like you to come with me, because if you live in Africa, you will see a different perception of how a man, right?
I'm so sorry, Mom, but I really just don't want to go to Africa.
You're too young to go to Africa right now. You think you might die there?
No.
Why are you afraid of going to Africa?
Yes and no. I might die. I just don't like anyone there. And no, that's how closed-minded of me to say. Not that I don't like anyone there. I'm not interested in their culture whatsoever.
But that is your culture. That is the only place in this world that you will be treated as a first-class citizen, recognized as a man in your own right and in your own standing. Believe me, in this culture, this American culture, I think that, we will forever be second-class citizens in this society.
Yeah.
You know what they call white privilege?
No, I know.
Ask Google what white privilege is.
Can you just you already did that. You already did that.
No, I don't want to poison your mind, but I would like you to know the reality of the situation of being a black man in America.
There's no place like home. Well, guys, that is a little bit update about Regina Askia. For those are fans or people just curious. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be a fan. Some people are just curious. Guys, let's move straight to the next one. Here we have Davido's former signee, YONDA. So Davido's former signee actually reached out to Davido, begging him. He said he wants to come back to the family, DMW family. You can see here, I think he was the one who shared the DMs, and Davido replied saying, "I miss you too." He was just begging Davido. Davido said again here, "You hurt me." I don't know, but I think people have to understand that person will pass you. There's nothing you can really do about that. If person don't pass you, it pass you. Respect them. Even though you're going to leave them, you know that this guy has got attention better than is sold out shows, millions of streams, one of the biggest artists in Africa, and you have opportunity to be under him. Even though he acted somehow, you're still supposed to treat him with that respect. Whatever, even though you want to drag in the law, you want to take him to court, you still have to be respectful. He came on social media, called out the video, said all sorts, and now he's begging to come back. He said, "I know they say, are they hungry or boss? I beg, just accept me back. Like, his career is dying." You should have thought about that actually. But he's sad. Moving on to the next one. Guys, I don't know, for those of you that really wants to be also desperate to be on Big Brother Naija show, you have to be careful. I don't know. People even beg. I'm serious what I'm about to say. People even beg some celebrity or some people, right, to scam them. What am I trying to say? You reach out to someone just because they're a former Big Brother Naija housemate. You believe that they also have link, that can get you there. And you reach out to them. "Please, let me give you so amount of money. Can you get me into the house, Big Brother Naija house?" What makes you feel so sure that this person have that link? Then you'll be begging them, please now, how much do you want to take? How much? So the guy will now be tempted and say, "We are sent." So people usually tempt some of these celebrities that get themselves into this crazy mess. Just like this guy, Eric of Big Brother Naija, former Big Brother Naija. It was posted here. It says, Eric of former Big Brother Naija has been arrested and detained for allegedly collecting millions of naira from people, promising them slots on Big Brother Naija show. He was picked up after arriving from UK. Sadly, so many of ex-BB Naija housemates are on this table too, as scamming people with fake slots on Big Brother Naija. Here we have someone who replied that to the Silverman, who says, "I almost fell victim, I think that's what he's trying to say, last year, but he asked me to bring 500k and part payments, which I told him I don't have at the moment. That he said he can't keep the slot for me, and he said he can't keep the slot for me." I mean, and another thing is some of these people might be fake Eric. You might be chatting with a fake celebrity, you might think it's the real person. So let's not forget that. Let's put that in mind. Guys, how many of you know this story? or this news about Adekunle Gold. I'm talking about his battle with sickle cell. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people didn't know that this guy, well, now you know, is a sickle cell patient actually. Thankfully, he's been able to scale through. And looking at him, you wouldn't even know that this guy, is a sickle cell patient. Some people, you can easily see that. He's obviously going to the gym now. I believe he's trying to stay healthy.
Blessed, and I keep doing everything I'm doing, even with sickle cell. So I'm just hope for anybody where they go through say your life doesn't have to stop.
I was born with sickle cell disease. It was life and death. It was physical, mental, financial, you name it. And I went through it all. It was tough, painful, and frustrating. I lived with a sickness no one around me understood. I lived with restrictions all my childhood. I wasn't able to join some of the most minor child play and liberating activities like going out in the rain. The times when I insisted and rebelled against my parents' order and went out in the rain, I would end up having a crisis. Wow, it is really sad. He said, I begged God to take my life. So there was a time they always say, these people, there was always a time in their life where they begged God, they begged him to take their life. It's good to see Adekunle Gold in this state. Moving on to the next one. Yes, I deliberately took a break on relationship matters. I should have started with this, but I just intentionally, move it forward. Here we've got Toyin Abraham, right? Toyin Abraham was interviewed recently on Ruby Minds, and she talked about our first time getting millions, a lot of millions. I'm talking about 45 million naira in her account, and also our reaction to that. Anybody will go crazy if you've never seen such money before, especially if you're coming from the Yoruba industry. They really pay less in the Yoruba industry. There's really no money in that industry. Sad. But guys, let's watch this.
There are sometimes they pay us, but it's then when I was in the Yoruba industry.
Yes.
It's peanuts. They don't pay us well.
She also said that she's one of the richest actresses in Nigeria. Well, I agree.
Like, I can confidently tell you that no, I'm one of the richest actresses. I'm not just a noise maker.
I mean, we can see it because you are constantly working.
I started making money in entertainment, I don't think, let's say 5 years, when I started working with Film One. That was when I started making. I can't even remember my first movie. When Mr. Moses called me and said, they've paid your money into your account. Big Sam called me and I saw my account. And that was the first time. I saw 40-something million. I'm not joking. I could not sleep. So I would just sit down. I would see somebody. I now called my godmother. I said, come. It's like these film people. They will come and film one people. They will come and kill me and collect the bomb. It's like armed robber is following me, And the money is not actually cash, because that's like the first time.
Yes.
And that was the first time making such money, and it's my money. So I feel like, why would they send it to my account? So I had to go to my godmother's house. So what am I trying to say? I started making money like 5 years ago.
So Abraham talks about her marriage again. She always talks about, her marriage and how her family want her, not to marry her ex. They actually told her to marry this one, the one she's with now, but she said she was warned because I think they prayed about it and they saw it. They were like, look, you guys cannot work. And she said no, but turns out that they were right.
My ex, my family actually prayed about it and they said it wasn't, but I was just stubborn. And I said, okay, and that was it. But they said, you have to be submissive. I'm like, of course, I have to, and I will be submissive. So
Somebody posted behind the scenes of SOSO. And by the way, if you're yet to watch my video, because I analyze everything to the best of my knowledge, in that video, if you're yet to watch the video, I will leave the link in
when I was making the song. The only thing that came to my head was
my
SOSO.
thoughts
I don't know
about
why.
it, and of course I think it's spiritual, more spiritual than the video itself.
This song is so special to me, and
Guys, actually in that video was seen instructing the people, because it was shot in USA, New York actually, and that location looks like somewhere in Lagos Island, you know, close to the water. I'm serious. But yeah, it was shot in New York City. But OMAH, obviously, I would call him the assistant director of that video.
Start with my body. Alright, getting splash the paint all over my body.
If you be Oyibo, especially an American, would you travel because of a man all the way to Africa and live in Africa, not even in the city, in a village? Well, this woman did it. What are we gonna call this? Love or what? Guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's watch this video.
A white woman who gave up all the good life in America and came to live a simple life in an African village in Kenya. She's now married to an African man and is blessed with children. Here is her story.
My name is Carrie Joy Boyce Wanyoni. So I married Bukusu here in Kenya. I'm from the United States of America. I came here.
Congratulations to Empress NJAMAH. Empress NJAMAH just got engaged. I'm so happy for her. Empress NJAMAH is actually 42 years old. Good to see news like this. Moving on to the next one. Here we have SHINA RAMBO'S wife. Well, this lady, of course, she's German, right? She said she's getting threats. I mean, you're the one who came online to share this with us, right? We're seated on our own. You come on social media, come share everything about your marriage with us. SHINA RAMBO himself, we be celebrity, didn't come on social media to do this. Now, I don't really know, right, why some people, partners of some celebrities do this. When they have issues like that, they rush, you know, to social media to say all sorts about the man or the lady. Do you want them to lose deals? Do you want them to lose money? What is going to be your happiness? You know, seeing, you know, the father of your child or the mother of your child losing money. You know, you want them to be broke. That's good. You're gonna be happy seeing someone broke. I don't understand. Same thing as Cora's husband. He was the first person, even though we are blaming Cora now for coming on social media to talk regularly, but he was the first person who keep releasing video on social media, giving us updates about what is going on. Do you want her to lose endorsement deals? I don't understand their aim. Let us call a spade. That is wickedness. If you have a good heart, and even though you are feeling bad or something, there are actually ways you can tackle issues like that. Moving on to the next one. Here we have Burna Boy. Burna Boy posted this on social media recently. Sometimes I feel like we are all just living in some type of video game or computer simulation. Does anything really matter? What is Burna Boy trying to say here? Now, I understand, right? You're going to say, come on, this is okay. There's something deeper here. There's really something deeper in Burna Boy's statement. Burna Boy, we really need you to explain to us what you mean by video games. This is him trying to tell us that you're more like a robot, like you're more like robots that's being controlled by someone superior. Let us move straight to the next one. Speaking about depression here, James Brown posted this: for the second time this year, I am depressed. I know sometimes we laugh at these guys, we'll be like, he's not depressed and stuff like that. Sometimes these things are actually true. So I think sometimes we also need to reach out to these people, say, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're good. You just never know, because I know if that finally happens or somebody finally takes their life, they'll be like, I wouldn't have known that was actually serious, because, you know, he's an attention seeker. Guys, moving on to the next one. Here we have Peter. Peter talks about how the government stops you for trying to build something in Nigeria. Let's watch Peter here as he shared with us a story when he was living in Omole Estate. Let's watch.
Let me give you an example. You think me, I will use my hard-earned money and build a hospital in Nigeria? First of all, let me even make something clear. You think the government will even allow me to do that? You think the government will allow me to do that? I'll give you a typical example. When we used to live in Omole, Before coming to our street in Omole, there's a pothole. Big guys, different potholes. This is on your way to PSQUARE's mansion. On our own, we were fixing the road. Listen to me. We were spending millions to fix the road on the road to our house, on our street. I won't lie to you. Local government chairman of the area came to stop the work. That's how bad Nigeria is. He stopped the work. They took everything. We said, we are trying to fix our road. They said, no, the least we can do is use cement and concrete and do it. You are not permitted to use cold water, like, you know, like the real material to use. Why? That if we fix it now, next year budget. So they use that pothole to be collecting budget every time.
Congratulations to Terry G. Terry G said he doesn't smoke anymore, or drink, or womanize anymore. Well, congratulations to you. That's good.
Join me and celebrate, guys. You don't want to celebrate with me? I'm a brand new boy. I'm a newborn baby. I don't smoke anymore. I don't drink anymore. Neither do I womanize. That's a good thing, man.
Alright guys, that's where I'm going to hold it. Guys, like this video, subscribe. Until we see you next time. Peace.